So we have a lot of stuff to talk about in terms of TV and film because season 2 Mandalorian just ended. Marvel announced a lot of stuff. Well, Disney announced a lot of stuff.
I was like, because Star Wars did too.
Yeah, that includes Marvel and Star Wars stuff that we're going to talk about. I have a big old list of TV shows and movies that we're.
It does. It's like a page long.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the winners of the Game Awards, and we're going to talk about Cyberpunk some more. So we're going to start with The Mandalorian season 2 with the very final episode. Spoiler alert from here on out in terms of Mandalorian. As usual, if you've been watching the podcast, there'll be the words spoiler alert at the top of the screen up until we stop talking about spoilers. So you'll know when we stop talking about it. So you can skip to that point if you don't want to.
You may want to put a timestamp in there when you edit.
Yeah. So, yeah. Spoiler alert. Luke Skywalker appeared.
Yes.
Fire. The moment I saw that hood, I was like, there's no way.
The moment I saw the X-Wing, I was like, I started screaming the moment I saw the X-Wing. Because when I saw one X-Wing and I didn't see more, because at first I was like, oh, it may just be the New Republic coming in to like swoop and save them. And then, but when there was no other X-Wing when it docked and no other X-Wing showed up, I was like, yo, and I started screaming so loud, bro. I was not, all I've wanted, I was telling you this before the podcast started. All I wanted since I was like 8 years old and watched Return of the Jedi was like post Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker being cool and doing cool stuff on screen. Because of course he does it in the books and the comics, but like I want to see that on screen. I finally got that. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. I was like,
yeah, that's how I feel because like I've said in the Star Wars podcast, my preferred method of consuming Star Wars content is through video games, TV shows, and movies because it's such a spectacle. It's in such a visually unique world that I prefer to see it play out on screen. So, and because I don't read the books or the comics, I only hear about how cool Luke was after the original movies. I've never gotten the chance to see how cool Luke was. So I've never had the feeling of being excited and surprised to see Luke because anytime I've seen Luke, it was expected because the first 3 movies he was the main character. So it wasn't as surprising or exciting to see him in those movies because it's expected. But in this one, it was dope. And I was like, I finally get to see Luke be the badass that, he always has been. And it was so dope. I've said it once, I'll say it again. He looks good in black. He needs to wear all of the time. He looks great in black.
Up until